Hello, and thank you for joining me here at Take Five with Renee Five. Hey, that's me. It is December 31st, New Year's Eve. Are you preparing to go get your groove on? Oh, enjoy what you want. Do what you want. Be careful out there. There's a lot going on in terms of respiratory viruses and crazy drivers, so please be careful. And this is what has been considered watch night. So there are different theories about watch night. The Moravian churches in the early 18th century, they had vigils to reflect on the past year. You might want to call it like testimonials. Remember those? And then there's also the thought that if you remember when Jesus prayed in the Garden of Gethsemane, and apparently he prayed all night. Some people bring that to the forefront. But for Black history purposes, Watch Night was, imagine the angst and the anxiety and the anticipation, and our ancestors were watching and waiting to see if Abraham Lincoln was truly going to come through with the Emancipation Proclamation. And I had to sort of ask myself, well, why? What was watch night? And I finally found a little clip that explains it much better than I can. Take a look.
Lincoln was promising to sign an Emancipation Proclamation on New Year's Day. All persons, Lincoln wrote, held as slaves within any state in rebellion shall be then, thenceforward, and forever free. The proclamation was the first sign that the president was moving by agonizing steps to a new understanding of the war. For Lincoln, the carnage had become unendurable unless it could be given over to a higher purpose. Still, Garrison was wary. Lincoln seemed to be hedging. In December of 1862, only weeks before the promised date, Lincoln presented Congress with a dramatic peace plan. If the Southern states would lay down their arms, they could keep their slaves for another 40 years. Abolitionists were baffled. In the space of 5 months, the president had declared that the war wasn't about slavery, suggested that all black people should leave the United States, promised to emancipate the slaves on January 1st, and finally offered to let Southerners keep their slaves until 1900. Garrison, Douglas, and every other abolitionist had good reason to wonder whether Lincoln would ever sign the Emancipation Proclamation.